šajā pasaules čempī ir komandas, kas ir atbraukušas uz 2 dienām, uz 2 treniņu dienām. Izstāstiet, cik stundas, cik negulētas naktis jums ir sanākušas pēdējā mēneša vai 2 vai pat vairāk laikā?
Mēs neesam skaitījuši, bet daudz, jā.
Trenerim droši vien varētu paprasīt izlasi, cik vispār ir bijušas gulētas naktis, jā, pa pēdējām 2 nedēļām.
Gulējām tāpat, ēdām, bet trenējamies daudz. Varbūt skatījāmies dažādas pārmaiņas vairāk, ja, kā notiek ar zivīm, kad laika apstākļi kaut kā nomainās, vai ūdens mums ceļās, vai krīt, ja, mums visu laiku kaut kādas izmaiņas to dod zivī, ja, tai apetītei. Un vairāk laikam tām veltījām veselas dienas, ja, nekā tur baigi ķērām, mēģinājām kaut kādu tur statistiku saprast, vai zivju koncentrāciju skatījām vairāk pēdējos nedēļas, jo tuvāk čempionātam. Sākām skatīties visas akvatorijas, jo akvatorija ir ļoti liela arī priekš mums. Un, ja runāt par šo pasākumu kā tādu, ne pa īstam saprotams, kā cilvēkiem atbraukušiem uz 2 dienām bez palīdzības, draugu, paziņu no Latvijas, labu treniņu uztaisīt. Bet mums, jā, priekšrocība laikam bija tā, ka mēs te dzīvojam, mēs te vairāk zinām, jā, bet tas nenozīmē, ka te atbrauca puiši, kas nemāk makšķerēt, tie ir vislabākie no savām valstīm. Mēs to zinām un ceram uz tādu fair play, lai būtu ļoti forši visiem.
Un kur varbūt ir tie galvenie apstākļi, kas maina zivju uzvedību no novērotāja? Cik drīkstiet atklāt, protams?
Es domāju, to jāprasa zivīm.
Lielos vilcienos, domāju, nekas tur vispār slēpjams nav. Ir rudens. Pie tam šogad ir aizkavējies rudens. Mums bija ļoti silts septembris, ļoti silts. Bija vasara. Septembris bija pilnīgi vasara. Ja. Zivju migrācija ir drusku savādāk, kā viņai būtu jābūt šajā gada laikā. Viņa notiek ļoti aktīvi, gan mazo balto zivju, gan attiecīgi līdz nākošo plēsēju. Ja. Apstākļi ļoti mainās katru dienu. Plus, ja vēl tam visam līdz nāk pirmās rudens vētras, vēji, ar vējiem ienākoši ūdeņi. Ja.
Zivis ienāk, vēl šodien ienāk.
Ja.
Zivis.
Kas ir vēl ļoti interesanti, kas ir vēl ļoti interesanti, līdz ar zivīm visām ienāk arī vēl viena ļoti laba lieta, tie ir roņi, ko mēs arī šodien redzējām. Ja? Un tie šo spēli arī padarīja interesanti, ko mēs arī šodien redzējām modernajās tehnoloģijās, kā zivis pašķīst, ja? Kad ienāk roņas. Tā kā ļoti daudz mainīgi apstākļi, un ja to visu veiksmīgi izdosies, kā saka, salikt kopā pareizā puzlē, tad tas tai izlasē būs jackpots.
Konkurence liela, akvatorijas ar zivīgas, īpaši zivīgas ir vienas, otrs. Tur arī var būt kaut kāda konkurence, ja? Kad mēs ķērām treniņā, tad neviens nemaisījās. Tagad bišķiņ spēle būs citādāk, kādam ir vairāk pieredzes kādos apstākļos sacensībās piedalīties, kādam tikai pirmo reizi. Mums visas 3 ekipāžas pirmo reizi piedalās Pasaules čempionātā. Ja? Bet, kā varējām, mēs gatavojamies.
Un kurus jūs uzskatāt par galvenajiem konkurentiem šajā čempionātā? Kuras ir tādas spēcīgākās izlases tiešām ar lielākajām izredzēm uz godu piedestālu?
Vienprātīgi tas ir Ukraina, jo te ir pat viņiem cilvēki, kuri startēja 10. gadā, kad mums bija pasaules čempionāts. Lietuva ļoti daudz bija šeit, šitos ūdeņos visādos mačos, konverts izlase viņiem. Sastāvs gandrīz nemainās pēdējos 8 gadus. Viņi ir ļoti spēcīgi, ļoti ar lielu pieredzi. Igauņi pēdējos gadus ļoti labi šansē arī no Baltijas valstīm. Arī nevar noņemt no poļi. Bet pārējie arī visi ir spēcīgi. Bet šitie ir 5 laikam, ar ko mums vajadzēs rēķināties un spēlēt spēli.
Labi, vīri. Āķi jūs esināt?
Jā.
Protams. Tad jāsaks.
Pie vēla. Paldies, ka skatāties.
So, Team Estonia, are you ready to defend your championship title?
Well, we've worked really hard for it, so we give our best.
For how many days have you been in Riga? And do you know these waters well?
Well, all our team addresses are already in Riga, so hopefully we get our passports soon. It's been 3 weeks, so we live here now. So pretty difficult.
What was your main goals today and yesterday, the last two training sessions?
We were just basically checking some new stuff that we didn't manage during the training, but the 2 training days we did our work before that.
And in your opinion, is the fish active right now in these waters?
Not that much today, but we had a storm during the night, but I think it will gradually build up, hopefully.
In your opinion, will the home waters be a competitive advantage for Latvian team regarding that you know these waters quite well as well?
Well, I think they know the water very well and they have all the information from all the competitors, but at the same time it's really hard to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, and I think only once or twice has a home team won the World Championship. I think they're under a lot of pressure, but I think if they keep to their same fishing they have done before, they have a good chance.
In Poland, training session is over.
Yeah.
Tomorrow starts the main competition. How ready are you?
As much as we can. I don't know. We don't know results of other teams, so we think we are ready. And we will see tomorrow after first round. But we hope we are ready.
Okay.
And we prepared well, I think.
And what's your impression about the Riga waters?
Lots of water, very windy, a lot of fish. We saw them on our sonars. We caught several on our rods, and I think it will be good tomorrow and after tomorrow.
Okay, and is the fish active at this moment?
I think not. I think the reason is that water rise up.
Okay.
And now fish are accommodating to these circumstances.
Can you give a little glimpse into your strategy for tomorrow?
No way.
Okay, let's leave it there. So good luck in Poland.
Thank you very much.
Ребята, мы знаем, что вы уже месяц живете в Риге на наших водах. И в принципе, вы уже местные здесь. Какое ощущение у вас самих? Знаете все про эти воды уже или нет?
Ну, знать все как бы невозможно, но на самом деле мы много здесь уже на воде, но нельзя сказать прям, что месяц, у нас был перерыв, мы уже уезжали домой. Зона колоссально огромная, она состоит из 2 речек, несколько озер. И вот прям все идеально проработать, наверное, невозможно. Но мы вот сейчас в этот заход уже 10 дней протренировались здесь. И вода, конечно, очень интересная по разным рыбам. Тут можно все ловить, на всем можно играть. Есть, конечно, свои особенности, когда с моря там ветер поднимается, волна большая, и благодаря нашим классным лодкам мы можем нормально ходить на хороших скоростях, потому что для нас это важно, чтобы успеть в нужную локацию. Сегодняшний ветер, он вносит большие коррективы, потому что поднимает волну, и рыбе, по нашему мнению, некомфортно стоять в определенных локациях. Потому все как бы достаточно метеозависимо, по нашему мнению. Но мы как бы понимаем, где и на чем нам играть, потому ждем завтра и остальные туры. Мониторим погоду, как все.
Стратегия уже готова для завтра или еще будет совещание?
Ну, безусловно, корректировки еще будут, но общее понимание, что, где, когда делать, оно уже сформировано у большинства экипажей.
Если посмотреть на рыбу в Риге, на окуня, судака и щук, и в Украине, есть какие-нибудь нюансы, которые отличаются?
Да, фундаментально. У нас рыба в основном вся классическая, она вся ловится джигом. Здесь то ли в силу обстоятельств моря, что там заходит соленая вода снизу, то ли еще в ряд каких-то обстоятельств, возможно, которые нам непонятны. Есть своя специфика, и на это нужно обращать внимание свое.
Хорошо, спасибо, ребята, и удачи завтра, послезавтра.
Вам хорошего дня.
Да, пока. Soțim Lithuania, the official training session is over, but for how long have you been in Riga waters?
It's
Tell us honestly.
second week here, but some part of our team was participating in the Predators, in the Garmin Predator and Predator Cup, and we have such experience here. I think about 1 month. Similar like Ukrainians, just Ukrainians don't make a breaks. It was all of the time we were staying here. And of course, this water is not new for us because we was participating in previously years in the Predators, and this more or less we know a little bit around here, but the amount of the water is huge. And to visit each place, each corner, it's very difficult. It's too much, everything. Too much lakes, too much rivers, too much channels, a lot of everything, and of course the fish. The fish is crazy here. It's moving because sea is closed, and it's quite difficult. And I think it will be difficult championship.
Is the fish active right now when you're comparing with a month ago?
I think it's a little bit different because it's starting to cool down the waiver, and it generating that passivity fish. It become more passive. But of course, our kind of fishes like the zander, like the pike, they become more active. It's changing. It's not. It's very hard to compare because the species of the fish which is catchable is different ones. And here now it's a little bit different story. Maybe who is focused on the pikes or in the pelagical zander, it's more comfort for them. But if we are taking in account the perch is more passive now. I think it's from my experience.
And from your point of view, what will be the most important factors to win the championship this year?
I think a good plan. Because the fishes is changing, and if you have a plan A, B, C, D, you can just easy to adapt. Because like today, the water water was about 1 meter higher like it was yesterday, yeah, and you need to easy and very quick to adapt, and maybe to change the target fish, maybe just to move from the pike to the zander or in different way. Who will be doing good decisions in the moment when it is needed? Those teams will win.
Guys, we know that you are really good at catching muskies, bass and walleyes, but what about pikes, zanders and perch? What it means to you to switch to those species?
There's definitely big differences, and we learned that the hard way last year where, zander are not like walleye. We have a lot of fun catching walleyes, but I think the main reason is the water that we fish is so much more clear. So a lot of walleyes recognize your bait 10, 15 feet above them, and you can just play games of fast keep away, where I think zander, a lot of their food in this little bit more dingier water is a little bit easier to ambush for them. So, it ends up that we've learned now that you got to get your lure a lot closer to them and, just kind of appear right in front of their face, for instance. So that's been the number one thing in my mind for sure.
I think the perch here, so they like the zander look like our walleyes. They act much different. The perch here, similar, but it seems that the tactics for catching them are still different than ours. We learned a little bit last year that it's all about activating the school, and we're getting a little bit better every time about learning to activate the schools of perch and what triggers them to go on like a feeding frenzy.
And one of the things, the similarities that's good with the predator fish is a lot of it, just like what we do, is finding the bait fish and finding the fish with our electronics and using them there. So we're trying to bring that, and convert that to what we're doing here, and we'll see what happens.
2 training days aren't that much to prepare for final battle. Tell us what will be your main takeaways from these 2 days. How did you spend them?
Mostly we spent moving the boat really fast. I'm sure you guys did the same thing. We covered as much water as we could and tried to basically locate areas that held fish and not spend too much time trying to catch them, because we need to catch them during the tournament.
Yeah, for us it was, we had 2 different days. Yesterday we just bounced around so much we barely fished because we were just trying to learn everything. Look at some pike spots, some perch spots, some zander spots. We caught some fish, but at one point we got a little bit of an inkling on what we needed to be doing and stuff like that. But the biggest thing, especially for John and I, is we don't have the experience catching these fish. And, you know, it's one thing to cover water, but you also have to have the confidence and the nuances and the little things that make these fish bite. And so that's kind of what we focused on today. Today we slowed it down a little bit. We looked at a lot of spots, but we spent some considerable time in an area that you know, we saw a lot of fish in, and we spent a lot of time just trying to dial it in and getting that you know, motion perfected. And, you know, I think we did. I think we got it very close, you know, and we're a lot more confident with the species than we were, you know, coming into this. You know, it's actually last year we watched the Latvian team, just absolutely kick our butts on Zander. I mean, it was so frustrating. We watched them catch like 14 Zanders right next to us, and we didn't catch one. And they were doing exactly what we tried this year, and we started doing it, and, you know, it had success. So it was cool to learn that and kind of dial it in. There was times today where, you know, me and John would talk about, I'd say let's leave, he's like no, let's stay, and, you know, we had a couple marital fights in the boat, but, you know, it worked out just perfect because, you know, we were able
I was right. Again,
I'll never say that, but but you know, it worked out decent, and, you know, only time will tell how it'll go for us in the tournament.
So, do you have a strategy ready for tomorrow, or there will be some fights this evening as well?
No, well, like he said, it's a marital fight, so it's funny, but, you know, a lot of, like he said, there's one thing to get on a bunch of fish and assume they're all Zander and they're all active, but it's like, okay, is there a feeding window? Is that important? Are they going to bite better in the morning? We assume so, but, you know, how many different colors? And then with forward-facing sonar, you know, there's big differences of how you approach a fish. If you stop it inches from his face, do you slow down 2 feet above and hand lower it down? So those were the things we were working on, and lo and behold, I think we had 5 nice Zander today. You know, each one of those was pretty close to the exact same move. So if you're experimenting the whole time and you get just 2 bites doing that, I want to know what's the catch rate if we did it perfect every cast. And then we can move and cover water efficiently, knowing, you know, we did our best. We didn't leave any active Zander behind. You know, we put a cast on them, or maybe 2, and then now we can move on. So that's what we were talking about a lot today.
Okay, guys.
And we, you know, we kind of experimented with other species, you know, quite a bit today too, and had some success as well with the perch and pike. So it's kind of we're going to prepare and go out with rigs to do anything, target any one of them and have spots to try it. And, you know, we'll be networking and, you know, out there, and we'll see what we can come up with as a team. So
we know that you are participating in competitions back home as well. Maybe you can compare your experience in US and here in Europe.
Yeah, you know, it's very unique. You know, when I first fished my first world championship in Rutland in England, you know, we kind of came into it with a little bit of arrogance, you know, that, you know, thinking, oh, we got this figured out, we're the best of the best. And I got here, and the level of skill really blew me away by these guys. These guys are really, really good at what they do, you know, and you don't, you know, back in the States, you don't really realize the level of competition that they have here. You don't hear a lot about fishing tournaments and stuff like that in Europe, but then you look at what these guys go through to get here in the qualifying rounds and the training sessions. You know, when we went to Africa in 2019, there was a team that was there for over a month, you know, so the level that they put into this, you know, back home, a lot of times the level of effort for a lot of guys, not so much us, but like guys in general, they put in a higher level of effort for the payout, you know, for how much the tournament's worth. You know, they don't really care about, you know, the pride and stuff like that. Where here, it's, you know, we're not fishing for money, we're fishing for our country. And there you can see the pride level in that, and you can see that on the effort, on the body of water. And these guys, I mean, they go hard. I mean, it's a little bit of a different world, but the skill level is just as good, if not better, here. They have to have so much knowledge about so many different species. It's a lot to do, and they're really good at it.
And what's your impression about Riga?
I live in the United States. I've been to Riga now 3 times. I've never been to New York City, and I've never been to Los Angeles.
Okay.
3 times Riga, never New York City, never Los Angeles. So I guess I like Riga better.
And everybody's super nice here, you know, super helpful. Anything we need, you know, very willing. Something like the locals we've met and stuff. very willing to help, give a recommendation, pointer, whatever.
Best
So,
tackle shop I've ever seen.
Yeah,
also
super big fishing community. People fishing all over the place. Shore fishermen. Like lots of tackle shops. So it's awesome fishing community for sure.
Yeah, it's great to have you here.
thanks for having us.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Captain. That was a thing of beauty.